staying at the top of the table, but now to the city of Salford Stadium and a test for the resurgent Reds up against the champions Leeds, a side they haven't beaten at home in Super League. All eyes on Kevin Sinfield in this one as he closed in on the all-time points record for the Leeds club. He went into the game hoping to overhaul the great Lewis Jones's total of 2,920. He got there with points to spare, a try and 8 goals, taking him to 2,925 in 406 appearances. Plenty more to come from Kevin Sinfield before he's done, that's for sure. A hat-trick for Zach Hardacre too, as Leeds ran in 10 tries in a 56-16 win. A bit of a reality check this for the Reds. Back-to-back defeats for them.
Yeah, but they started pretty well, you know, and it was set for set. And then there's this try from a ricochet for Anderson. But then all of a sudden Leeds just hit the straps attacking-wise, and they were absolutely sensational. And both the centres were first class. This is a great try from Hardacre. He's got confidence, he's got the audacity to show and go twice and cross there. But they're not only dangerous down the left, down the right as well. Lovely little line there from Delaney before he plonks the ball over. Then there's Ben Jones-Bishop at dummy half after the break, and that break allows Callum Watkins to go one-on-one v Stuart Howarth, who was out of position on the wing, and he really gets stood up and done. And then it's 2v2, but all of a sudden Watkins makes it 2v1, and down goes Ben Jones-Bishop. It's a beautiful little kick this, and who's supporting to pick up 4 of those points towards that total? Kevin Sinfield for a great try.
I remember Ben Jones-Bishop doing that in the Challenge Cup final and that going against him, but for me, Leeds have 2 of the most dynamic centres in the game. There's young Liam Hood getting his 3rd try in 3 appearances. Probably scored 3 tries off about 7 or 8 touches of the ball. So it's worth looking at players like Callum Watkins and Zach Hardacre. Zach Hardacre at 90 kgs, Callum Watkins at 99 kgs. And the footwork on him, the strength, the power that he's got means that he can get the offloads away that can give the benefits to his teammates. But the athletic development that those 2 players have put in their off-season with the conditioning staff at the Rhinos, Jason Davidson working very hard, and this is an outstanding try for Zach Hardacre, again scoring 3 tries on the night, and another player who I'd like to see get a game against the Exiles, John.
Yeah, it was a marvellous try. That went like a knife through butter. That's lovely play from Ablett there. And he releases Hardacre, but just look how Hardacre stays alive there. And he gets a pass back from Brent Webb for his hat-trick try. And they really were in the zone. And this is the time when Kevin Sinfield, he broke that record. Great kick. You never thought he wouldn't kick it. And I was there on the night, and the reception from the Leeds fans was absolutely first class. And they were rewarded with some more great play as well. Here from the scrum, they released Jones-Bishop on the outside, and supporting inside, there's Rob Burrow, there's Kev Sinfield, there's Brent Webb, anyone you could pick. He picks Burrows for a great try.
And Leeds never looked like letting up, and we'll see how Salford responded in the latter stages of this game, playing in green to celebrate St Patrick's Day, and they put some nice stuff on. Unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough on the night, but the last try that they scored was very special. Some nice interplay, and we've talked about the spine, we've talked about Matty Smith, we've talked about Luke Patton at the back, and they will be pleased with this, but disappointed with the way that they performed on the night when everybody was watching how they would do against one of the big guns.
Yes, Leeds racking up the points. Kevin Sinfield racking up the points. 56-16, the win for the Rhinos against the Reds. Well, let's go back to the city of Salford Stadium now and hear from the 2 coaches, plus record-breaking Kevin Sinfield.
Offensively clicked there. We've been wanting to do that for some weeks now. Yeah, and that was strong. Salford didn't give us too much early, and we had to break them down. But once we got going, we looked really good there, and defensively as well. You know, you don't have to be a massive follower of Salford to know that they can score some points. And just recently they've been doing that to teams, and you know, putting 30s and 40s against teams. So we know that they're good with the ball. But I thought we snuffed out pretty much everything they had to throw at us.
In the first 15 minutes, I thought we controlled them pretty good. And that's why we're in the game, because we're in a good arm wrestle. And then we stopped putting numbers in the tackle and controlling the ruck, and you know, we clocked off on a couple of short sides, and then they've got the speed on the fringes that'll just burn any team.
I didn't think I'd get an opportunity to score 15 points tonight. We've struggled in recent years against Salford, and the way they were playing, we thought we'd been for a real close battle. To get an opportunity to do it tonight is fantastic.
A very proud Kevin Sinfield, having broken Lewis Jones's all-time record, now on 2,925 points. That is some achievement, isn't it? Let's just have a look at how it stacks up, Barry.
Well, it's a credit to his dedication. If you want to be a record breaker, dedication's what you need. And if you look at Kevin Sinfield's numbers here, in 15 years, he's managed to achieve it. But the interesting fact is he wasn't first choice goal kicker until his 7th season. Lewis Jones getting 144 tries to Kevin Sinfield 68. But I think we've got to go balmy because of this, because Kevin Sinfield is an absolute credit to his professional. He's an inspiration in the way that he plays, the way that he thinks and his core values. He does the simple stuff very, very effectively. It's not automatically obvious what he does, but he takes out a player. He gives Chris Clarkson a one-on-one run and Zach Hardacre finishes it off in style. And again, we'll look at his try. When he comes around for his try, he's it's quite easy for him to clock off. We've got him signalled again here. He passes that ball and anybody else, you'd think job done.
But it wasn't job done, and just watch him track him on the inside, and he's there all the time in support, and that's great skill. But Johnny on the spot there, Kevin Sinfield, and that's another part of his game that he's got. He's a great organiser, great field kicker, try scorer there, but this is what he's the best, and I think he's the best kicker in rugby, full stop. If you look at it, whenever he's been kicking, he's got 100+ goals when he's been the regular kicker. He's 85% plus season in, season out, and the big thing about Kevin Sinfield is if it's a big game, he'll kick you the goal that matters. Tremendous
achievement, but as our statistical expert Ian Proctor has pointed out, tries in Lewis Jones's day were worth 3 points. And if you gave him another one now, he'd be 112 points ahead. But they're not, there aren't, he isn't. Kevin Sinfield is the record breaker. It's time